May 18, 2021, bright morning planets Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. After sunset, evening star Venus, Mercury, and Mars are lined up in the western sky. The thick crescent moon is higher near Regulus. Chart caption, 2021, May 18, bright morning planet Jupiter, in Aquarius, is above the southeastern horizon before sunrise. Saturn is 16.9 degrees to the upper right of the Jovian giant. By Jeffrey L. Hunt. Chicago, Illinois, sunrise, 5:28 a.m. CDT, sunset, 8:07 p.m. CDT. Check local sources for sunrise and sunset times for your location. Morning sky. Bright morning planet Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. The gap between the planet duo continues to grow after their great conjunction on the day of the winter solstice. 1 hour before sunrise, Jupiter, brighter than all the stars in the morning sky, is about 20 degrees up in the southeastern sky. It is slowly moving eastward compared to the dim stars of Aquarius. Use a binocular to see Jupiter's place compared to Iota Aquarii, Iota Acra on the chart, and Theta Aquarii, Theta Acra. The Jovian giant is 1.9 degrees to the upper left of Iota and 4.6 degrees to the lower right of Theta. Saturn, brighter than nearly all the stars this morning except for Jupiter, Vega, and Arcturus, is 16.9 degrees to the upper right of Jupiter. The ringed wonder is 0.6 degrees to the right of Theta Capricorni, Theta Cap. In less than a week, Saturn seems to reverse its eastward motion compared to Theta. The planet appears to move westward and away from the star. This backwards or retrograde motion is an illusion as our planet begins to pass between Saturn and the Sun. Jupiter and Saturn lead the Sun and evening planets across the sky. The two large planets set during the daytime. The evening planets, Venus, Mercury, and Mars appear in the west after sunset. They rise during the daytime and follow our central star across the sky. Evening sky. Chart caption, 2021, May 18, 30 minutes after sunset, brilliant Venus is low in the west-northwest. Mercury is 8.0 degrees to the upper left of Venus. After sunset, brilliant evening star Venus appears low in the west-northwest at 30 minutes after sunset when it is 6 degrees above the horizon. It passed on the far side of the Sun, superior conjunction, on March 26. It continues to make its slow appearance in the evening sky. Mercury, after its greatest separation from the Sun, is a little lower and slightly dimmer in the sky each night. This evening, use a binocular to find this speedy planet 8.0 degrees to the upper left of Venus. It is just out of the same field of view that has Venus in it. First find Venus, then move the binocular slightly until Venus disappears at the lower right edge of the field of view. Mercury will then appear in the upper left edge. Venus as an evening star article. Read more about Venus in our summary document. Chart caption, 2021, May 18, 45 minutes after sunset, Venus, Mercury, and Mars are in the western sky. The moon is outside this view. By 45 minutes after sunset, Mercury is bright enough to be seen without the binocular's optical assist, when it is nearly 9 degrees above the horizon. If the observing spot has a clear horizon to the west-northwest, Venus is still in the sky to the lower right of Mercury. The star Elnath, the one budding with horns, is 4.2 degrees to the upper right of Mercury. This star is the northern horn of Taurus. Mars, dimmer than Mercury, is 25 degrees to the upper left of the speedy planet. The thick crescent moon is 33 degrees to the upper left of Mars, making Mars about halfway from Mercury to the moon. Here's more about Mercury during May 2021. Chart caption, 2021, May 18, an hour after sunset, Mars is about 1/3 of the way up in the west, 3.3 degrees to the upper right of Zeta Geminorum, Zeta Gem, and 3.5 degrees to the lower right of Delta Geminorum, Delta Gem. An hour after sunset, Mars is about 1/3 of the way up in the west in front of Gemini's starry backdrop. The planet is marching eastward through the constellation. The red planet is under Castor and Pollux. In the dimmer starfield, it is 3.3 degrees to the upper right of Mechbuta, the folded paw of the lion, Zeta Gem on the chart, and 3.5 degrees to the lower right of Wasat, Delta Gem, the middle of the sky. Here's more about Mars during 2021. Find a detailed chart of the motion of Mars during the month here. Chart caption, 2021, May 18, the thick crescent moon is in the west-southwest, 11.4 degrees to the lower right of Regulus. The waxing crescent moon is higher in the sky in the west-southwest. The lunar orb is 11.4 degrees to the lower right of Regulus, the Prince. Regulus is the brightest star in Leo. The westward-facing lion is tipping toward the western horizon. The backwards question mark, that includes Regulus, is the head of the celestial big cat. The small triangle to the east, left, of Regulus make the haunches and includes the tail, Dimbola. Regulus is the closest bright star to the ecliptic, less than 1/2 degree above the plane of the solar system. Venus is closing the gap on Mars. Venus passes the red planet on July 12. This occurs when these planets are near Regulus, but the constellation is much lower in the sky. Tonight, Venus sets 69 minutes after sunset and this grows about 1 minute each evening. Mercury follows Venus to the horizon nearly 50 minutes later. Mars sets nearly 4 hours after sunset, about 85 minutes before Saturn rises in the southeastern sky to open tomorrow's planet exhibition. Detailed note, 1 hour before sunrise, Jupiter is over 23 degrees up in the southeast. Use a binocular to spot Jupiter with the stars, 1.9 degrees to the upper left of Iota Acra and 4.6 degrees to the lower right of Theta Acra. Saturn is 16.9 degrees to the upper right of bright Jupiter. The ringed wonder is 0.6 degrees to the right of Theta Cap. Saturn appears to be slowing down before it reverses its direction to retrograde. 3 planets are visible after sunset. 30 minutes after sunset, brilliant Venus is over 6 degrees above the west-northwest horizon. Use a binocular to find Mercury, M equals 0.6, 8.0 degrees to the upper left of Venus. The Moon, 7.3D, 42%, is nearly 60 degrees up in the west-southwest. 15 minutes later, Venus is about 4 degrees above the horizon, while Mercury is nearly 9 degrees up. This speedy planet is a few days after its greatest elongation and sets 116 minutes after sunset. Mercury is 4.2 degrees to the lower left of Elnath. Mars is nearly 1/3 of the way up in the west, over 25 degrees to the upper left of Mercury. The Moon is 11.4 degrees to the lower right of Regulus, Alpha Leo, M equals 1.3. By 1 hour after sunset, Venus is just above the horizon and Mercury is about 9 degrees in altitude. Use a binocular to see the starfield with Mars. The red planet is 3.3 degrees to the upper right of Zeta Gem and 3.5 degrees to the lower right of Delta Gem. Read more about the planets during May 2021. 2021, May 17, Planets, Moon lineup. May 17, 2021, the 5 bright planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and Mars, are visible in night sky. Jupiter and Saturn are in the morning. Evening star Venus, Mercury and Mars are in the evening sky with the crescent moon. 2021, May 16, lunar occultation, Mercury best. May 16, 2021, the moon occults a star in Gemini this evening, and Mercury reaches its greatest separation from the Sun. Bright Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. After sunset, evening star Venus, Mercury, Mars, and the lunar crescent are lined up above the western horizon. 2021, May 15, planets on review. May 15, 2021, 5 planets and the crescent moon are visible today. Morning planets Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. Brilliant evening star Venus, Mercury, on its best evening appearance of the year, Mars, and the crescent moon are in the western sky after sunset. 2021, May 14, planets on parade. May 14, 2021, 5 planets are on parade. Bright Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. After sundown, brilliant evening star Venus, Mercury, Mars, and the lunar crescent are in the evening sky. 2021, May 13, evening star Venus, Mercury, Moon. May 13, 2021, Venus, Mercury, the crescent moon, and Mars are in the western sky after sunset.